Hey guys and girls, welcome back to YYC Designz Custom RC Creations, where you are watching London Calling, our 1/16 scale 6x6 rotating replica build. Now this is a project that is going to be a English version, meaning right hand steer. It will be it is a late model Mercedes Actros that I am replicating here. I am using the Hercules Mercedes Actros plastic model as my, I guess, model for my model. Usually I draw my models out or I take pictures or whatever. I could not find a Mercedes Actros here in Alberta, where I live, to take pictures of, to use as a model for this vehicle, and I wasn't finding what I really wanted online. So anyway, I went ahead and I got a heck of a deal on a plastic one. Well, y'all know how much I just love plastic. Not. So I am, however, using it as a design feature. I am using the plastic model to design my model. Not the scale, just the looks. I had done a lot of building here the other day, and I put out a video on Friday night or Thursday night, I can't remember which. However, YouTube had some issues with it. My mistake. I went onto a website that claimed that all of its music was royalty free and acceptable to YouTube. I got scammed. Thankfully, I didn't pay a whole lot. It cost me all of $4 to join this website, which maybe should have been my first clue, but I'm not exactly real, how they say these days, savvy in this market. In other words, I'm a dumbass when it comes to a lot of this technology. I'm 55, granted I'm not that old, but a lot of this stuff goes by me so fast that y'all younger guys and girls out there are probably way more gifted in knowing what to do and what not to do than this old fart. Anyway, that being said, it was requested I take down the video and remove the music. I did that, and I had a screw up. Somehow a lot of my footage got deleted, so the video ended up being crap. That being said, I am just a lot further along in the build than maybe y'all expect me to have been at this point. The other day I built the fairing going over the roof and the sleeper combined. I used my own imagination on that part. Yes, I realize a Mercedes Actros cab has a sleeper on it. It seems to me in real life it would be what we here in North America at least call a coffin-sized sleeper, which is literally about the size of a coffin, if not maybe a little taller so that you could actually sit up in it. You missed out on the build on that. Not that big a deal. It was some metal forming for the roof, how I did it, which was not that earth-shattering or anything to worry about. It just, for those of y'all who enjoy the metalwork, it's not going to happen on this video. Neither is the welding. It's already been done. It's already attached, and I'll get on to showing y'all that in just a second. It's just I would like to take this opportunity to say one thing. I don't like to get into a lot of personal stuff here. I don't particularly think the drama is anyone's business, and I really dislike sharing of lives on social media anyway. That's why I'm not a big fan of Facebook, and that's why Tams handles it and I handle the Instagram. However, I did have a very close brother in arms to me pass away here recently due to a heart attack, and I only found out about that today, so I am a little down. My cloud's a little gray. Matches the weather. You may hear rain and lunder. Yeah, there's lots of lunder falling. You may hear a lot of rain and thunder on the metal roof of the shop here, because it's obviously a metal shop, and it is raining extremely heavy. We've gotten 5.5 inches in the last 24 hours here in Calgary, but it kind of sets the mood for losing a brother in arms. I won't mention his name because I do not have the authority to do that, but my point of bringing this up is, as a veteran myself, I would like to ask my subscribers and viewers of my channel here to please remember your veterans on more days than just November 11th. Thank a veteran for their service. Even if they didn't see overseas duty, or they never been to war, and they don't have the glory of wearing a lot of medals, or what civilians see as a lot of glory to wearing medals. Truth be told, I wear my medals not for me, but for those I have lost. Those are the soldiers that really deserve the honors and are the true heroes. They paid the ultimate sacrifice. I paid a physical sacrifice in that I injured myself. I'm still here. I can still enjoy my hobbies. I can still enjoy your company here on YouTube and bring you hopefully a little bit of enjoyment in your life by expanding the RC hobby and maybe helping you along with the RC hobby, which is after all the goal of doing what I do here on YouTube. But those fellas and ladies paid the ultimate sacrifice. They could never enjoy any of these things again. So please, lest we forget, remember your veterans on more than just Remembrance Day. Remember them every day, and please remember to thank a veteran for their service, for their country. They are there 24/7, 365, giving up their giving up their hobbies, their family, their free time, and sometimes their lives, just to help you and preserve your rights and freedoms here in North America. And no, I am not talking just about Canadian vets. I am talking about all vets. We all do the same job. It's a very dangerous job. We know the hazards involved. We are not looking for anything other than a little bit of respect for what we do. And I would just like to ask you to please thank a veteran. And end of my little rant here. So let's get on to London Calling. So here it is, London Calling. Now, most of you who have watched the first video are familiar with the small cab in the center here. Let me give you a side view as to what I have done. Now, this is the fairing and roof I have added to the new sleeper section here. So to move it onto its side a little bit, this is still all scale, and so this is all scale, and yes, I realize there would be a jockey box here. On the model there is no sleeper access though, so I'm kind of wondering if this is just a regular cab or if there is actually a longer cab version out there. I really don't know. So if you do know, please comment below. I know we are reaching some subscribers in the UK, or maybe some of you here in North America even know better than I, and you could tell me whether it would be a regular cab with a sleeper on it. Give me just half a second here. So this is the plastic version that I am using to design mine. It is the Hercules model of the Mercedes Actro, not the Tamiya one. It is the Hercules version. So I really don't know if that's a regular cab or if it in fact has what looks to me to be a coffin sleeper. And considering the jockey boxes and where the seats would go, I'm inclined to think that there's a sleeper on that, but I've never really known, so maybe y'all can clarify that for me. Anyway, let's move this just ahead a little bit. And let's put my model behind it. I need this little piece of wood down here to level it for y'all. So, okay. So my model now has a 4" by 7½ by 7¼ inch sleeper attached to it, all under one roof. Now, one thing I did comment on the original video that I need to reiterate here is I own a camper, an RV. Most of you here in North America will know that I am talking about something that goes in the back of the pickup with a bunk that overhangs the cab of the pickup. Europeans, I realize y'all use caravans, as do the Aussies. However, I really never thought until recently to figure out what this hole in the center was. Now, I had always assumed, like my camper, that it was an escape hatch for said sleeper. I have now come to learn that that is for the AC unit. Our AC, of course, in our conventional trucks is located under the hood, and all the works go on under there. And I learn now that the European trucks, the AC unit is up here. I don't know why. Perhaps there isn't enough room under the cab. But I want to make the model as accurate as possible, so I will be putting a lot of this design feature and this AC unit into my metal roof. Now, I am going to do it afterwards because, as you notice, these ridge lines indent downward, ergo mine will indent this way. That's why I did not have to hammer and dolly them in prior to attaching the roof. I can do it as a single unit, and it really keeps the warpage down. So, why such a big sleeper as well? It's not only just for looks, but this is where I plan to put my electronics. I'm going to move her back up on her side here again just to show y'all. Now, I plan on putting my batteries down in the lower part of the sleeper with the rest of the electronics, ESC, receiver, all the motherboards to handle the electronics that are going to happen on the box in the higher part, thereby keeping the weight down as low as possible. And by adding the sleeper, it actually centers the heaviest weight, which will of course be the batteries, more central in the cab, forward and back, as it were. They will be slightly forward, but 6x6, it really shouldn't matter all that much, and I've got enough weight back, and with all the wrecker and so on that will go on behind here, the weight should be pretty well evenly distributed throughout the whole frame. So anyway, electronics, I am going to put the jockey box door in the back of the cab here. I will likely do either a larger one here and make two doors, one a potential sleeper access, one a jockey box access. I really wish I could talk today. Or I will do one large door and you'll just see electronics. I'm not going to bother trying to put a bunk in here because, of course, it's just a flat shelf. No big deal, right? So I'm not going to try and replicate the bunk in this instance. The other deal is, on these European cabovers, I also noticed that the fellows and ladies that drive them have a light that goes in here in this area. I've noticed a lot of company names on that. On my truck, when I cut it out, I will just probably put London Calling, the name of the truck. As well, like I say, I will put the AC access in here, and that will complete the roof. It will also have the exhaust probably back in this area somewhere, so it'll be a bit of a different little door on the back on the right side, because on the left side of the truck it doesn't have that. So yeah, there's some trim pieces, not that big of a deal. And then of course the back of the cab, I'm not going to really bother replicating on the back of the sleeper here, other than just some of these stiffening lines and all of that, so that I never get any oil canning out of this panel, and it looks more realistic. I don't know if I'm going to use that big wiring hole or whether I'm going to hide it underneath through the floor, because I have yet to see the back of a cab close enough to realize whether the real trucks have that actual hole or not. So that is an iffy. Anyhow, that's about it for London Calling. And I have got video on another project that will be coming out here probably either tomorrow, which is Sunday, or Monday night on one of our other projects. I would like to thank you for your subscribing to our channel and your support in our journey here. And I hope you enjoyed the video. Thank you very much for watching. Support. I am Twist. You are watching a YYC Designz Custom RC Creations London Calling 6x6 rotating off-road wrecker project. Until the next video, thank you very much again. Take care. Have a great weekend wherever you are in the world. Bye-bye.